All right, so you got your new mirrorless camera and you're out there taking banger photos or maybe recording some really cool videos, but I know, just as well as you know, that there's one little thing that is gonna drive you crazy every single time you get home and try to offload those photos. And that's having to wait for your super slow SD card reader to take the photos off the SD card and get them onto your computer so you can start editing. I hate it, you hate it, everybody hates it. And yeah, all right, I know that's a first world problem, whatever, but I found something that is gonna change the game and do it for super cheap. What's up, my dude? Your friendly neighborhood Tony here, and welcome to the Spare Tech Room, where I try to channel the power of hyperfixation to hopefully help you make better tech choices. And in today's video, we're talking about SD card readers. I know, so exciting. Now look, I have watched a ton of different YouTube videos of people recommending all different kinds of SD card readers, from some super budget ones to ones that cost around $100. And look, if you want to spend that much money on an SD card reader, then you go right ahead. But for me, I'm trying to find one that is the best bang for the buck. So after watching a bunch of these videos, I ended up going with the one that most people were recommending, and that is the Anker SD card reader. It's got a bunch of great reviews online. It's got USB-C and USB-A on it, so you can use it on whatever computer you have. And it's made by Anker, so you know it's gonna be good quality. And sure enough, it was totally fine, but I always felt like it wasn't quite fast enough. I'm sure you know photo and video files can get pretty big. For me, I shoot all of this in 4K 10-bit 422. So yeah, we're working with some beefy files here, and I need as much speed as I can possibly get. And any little bit of extra speed I can get is definitely appreciated. So I did a bunch of digging and I came across just a random SD card reader from a company I had never heard of. Maybe you have. It's called JJC. It was the same price as the Anker SD card reader. In fact, actually it was $1 less. So, you know, you save $1. I don't even know what you can get for $1 anymore these days. Maybe a can of Coke. But yeah, either way, I picked it up, I tested it out, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I was pretty shocked. So let's go ahead and jump on over to my computer. I'm gonna show you some of the testing that I did with both of these SD card readers, and then we'll come back here and I'll share my thoughts on both. All right, and here we are on my desktop. On the left-hand side, we've got a folder here which has a bunch of photos in it. This is on my SD card, which is currently plugged into the Anker SD card reader. Now this folder is about, let's see here, 5.1 gigs in size, so a reasonably sized folder. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take that and we're gonna drop it into our downloads folder on our computer. So we're gonna get a reading here of exactly how fast we're able to offload a reasonable amount of photos onto our computer through the Anker SD card reader. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We'll see exactly how fast this thing is, and then we'll switch over to the JJC reader to see what kind of difference we're working with. So, okay. Anker SD card reader, here we go. All right, and it looks like we're getting somewhere around 85 megabytes per second, which is a perfectly reasonable speed for an SD card reader like this. We'll go ahead and let that play out. But this is the kind of speed that you might see for just your typical SD card reader. I've seen around 85 megabits per second seems to be the norm. So now we'll go ahead and switch over to the JJC reader to see if that's going to be a bit more than this or about the same. Okay, round two, and now we've got the JJC reader in place, the exact same SD card with the exact same folder full of the exact same photos. We're going to take that and drop it onto the exact same computer to see what kind of speed difference we're getting with this JJC SD card reader. So without further ado, here we go. Remember, the Anker SD card reader got around 85 megabytes per second. So let's see how this one does. Survey says, okay, we are getting 240 to 250 megabytes per second. So I'm no mathematician, but I think that is definitely more than 85, which is pretty amazing considering that, one, these are about the exact same price, and this is a relatively unknown brand as compared to Anker, which is, I mean, a really solid brand that's been around for a while and makes a lot of really good products, but numbers don't lie. So let's go ahead and jump back to the main camera here and we'll wrap this whole thing up. And there you have it. As the wise poet Lil Wayne once said, women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. And I gotta be honest, I'm a little upset that I wasted my money on the Anker reader, but it is what it is. Hopefully you learn from my mistakes. If you want to read more about either of these or pick up one of them, or let's be honest, pick up the JJC one, I'll link to both in the description box below. Speaking of speed though, I recently did another video going over this really cool external portable SSD. It's the fastest external drive I've ever tested, and I absolutely am in love with this thing. I use it every single day. So if you want to check out that video and maybe find something else that's really cool, I'll go ahead and link to it right over here for you. story, so you can jump on into that one next. Let me know if you have any questions about either of these SD card readers in the comments below, or if you have another tech or tech adjacent style video that you think I should do, let me know that too. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one. All right, be good.